Imagine telling Rihanna she's late and getting a savage comeback that shut the whole room up. Today, you'll see 10 jaw-dropping moments where A-list stars clapped back hard at pure disrespect. One might shock you so much you'll replay it twice. Don't ask Rihanna why she's late. Ever wonder what happens if you question Rihanna's time? A reporter once did, and got scorched with just 7 words. You wouldn't ask a man that. That single comeback shattered a tired double standard on live TV. Fans replayed it for weeks, crowning Rihanna the queen of zero tolerance. Call out disrespect, even if it's subtle. Boundaries protect your time and energy. Confidence is contagious. Be your own bodyguard.
Samuel L. Jackson versus mistaken identity. Would you confuse Samuel L. Jackson with anyone? One anchor did, mixing him up with Lawrence Fishburne on live television. Jackson didn't fake a smile. He schooled the host with blazing honesty about seeing black actors as individuals, not interchangeable faces. Do your homework. Respect people's identity and story before opening your mouth. Ignorance isn't funny, it's lazy. Taylor Swift and the $1 lesson. What happens when you try to silence Taylor Swift? You lose publicly. When a DJ groped her, Swift sued him for exactly $1, sending a message worth millions. Some fights aren't about money, they're about principle. Her bold stand inspired thousands to call out harassment, no matter the odds. Set your price. Sometimes it's priceless. Robert Downey Jr. walks out. Ever seen Iron Man cut an interview short? Robert Downey Jr. did just that when a journalist tried to dig up dirt on his old addictions instead of his new film. He stood up, smiled, and left, proving you don't owe your past to anyone who wants drama. Protect your peace. If the vibe's off, exit stage left. Boundaries are freedom. Ariana Grande and Donutgate redemption. Ariana Grande's donut-licking scandal should have buried her image. Instead, she flipped it. When a radio host tried to humiliate her, Ariana turned the shame on them, calling out food waste, body shaming, and the wild double standards for young female artists. She owned her slip but refused extra disrespect, turning a PR disaster into a feminist mic drop. Own your mess, never let it own you. Keanu Reeves. Private life, private rules. What happens when you push Keanu Reeves too far? He gives you absolutely nothing. Once, when grilled about a rumored fling, Keanu stared calmly and said, "My life is not your gossip." Silence did what anger couldn't, shut the question down cold. Guard your privacy like treasure. Mystery is power in a world that wants everything. Say less. Mean more. Cardi B, social media sniper. Think trolling Cardi B is safe? Think again. When someone mocked her accent on Instagram Live, Cardi didn't just block them, she clapped back so hilariously the clip turned viral, becoming part of her brand. She flips hate into fuel, proof that disrespect can pay you back with fame. Haters talk. Hustlers profit. Serena Williams, umpire showdown. Picture Serena Williams, 23-time Grand Slam champ, arguing with an umpire on the world's biggest tennis stage. She called Prince, the icon of silence. How do you outsmart a nosy interviewer? Prince answered questions with song titles, literally. When pushed for scandal, he turned the moment into surreal performance art. The host looked foolish. Prince looked untouchable. Your silence can be louder than any rant. Use it to rewrite the rules. Control the stage. Command the story. Zendaya's red carpet reversal. Remember when a host joked that Zendaya's dreadlocks must smell like weed? Bad move. Zendaya fired back on Instagram, graceful but sharp, calling out the racist stereotype. The backlash cost the host her job and ignited real talk about respect on red carpets. Kill microaggressions with calm truth. Sometimes your best weapon is your dignity. Speak up beautifully. Tom Hardy, shut that down. Try asking Tom Hardy a personal question he didn't approve. Good luck finishing that sentence. At a press conference, a reporter asked about his sexuality. Tom leaned in and cut it off cold. What on earth are you talking about? The clip is legendary because he taught the world, privacy is not a free-for-all. Hold your ground. Awkward silences beat rude questions every time. Nicki Minaj, check that interviewer. Ever tried telling Nicki Minaj to smile more? One interviewer basically did, asking why she was so bossy backstage. Nicki flipped it with a single question. Do you ask men that? Cue instant silence and a viral lesson in sexism. When they label you difficult, remind them it's called leadership. Power doesn't apologize. Jennifer Lawrence's paycheck punch. What happens when you find out you're paid less for the same blockbuster? If you're Jennifer Lawrence, you blast an open letter that blows up the industry. When hacked Sony emails showed the gap, she exposed the quiet sexism behind the paycheck without saying sorry for wanting more. When you know your worth, you change the rules for everyone else, too. Demand the check. Every time. Lady Gaga, art first, fame second. Someone once asked Lady Gaga if her wild outfits were just for shock value. She calmly flipped the question, explaining how her costumes were her rebellion against shallow celebrity culture. By refusing to shrink her art for comfort, she turned gossip into a statement about authenticity. Let your weirdness be your armor, never water it down. Chris Rock versus Oscar snub. How do you roast an entire industry live without flinching? When the hashtag #OscarsSoWhite controversy exploded, Chris Rock hosted the Academy Awards and used sharp jokes to expose Hollywood's diversity problem right to its face. His punchlines landed like punches, forcing an uncomfortable room to hear what polite applause would never say. Humor can break walls that anger can't. Rihanna, again mic drop. Rihanna makes this list twice for good reason. Nobody handles pushy fans like her. A fan once asked, "When's the new album?" Rihanna fired back, "When I feel like it." The entire Navy cheered, knowing she moves on her timeline only. She turned impatience into power. Nobody asks twice now. Protect your pace. Control your output. Snoop Dogg, troll slayer. Ever see a keyboard troll melt in real life? Snoop Dogg made it happen. When a troll insulted him online, Snoop clapped back with an invite, "Say it to my face." Suddenly, the big talker vanished, proof that disrespect hates daylight. Take up space, call out fake hate boldly, and watch it scatter. Courage kills cowardice. Beyoncé, flawless clapback. How do you address a scandal without uttering a word in an interview? Beyoncé did it through her music. When footage of her sister Solange fighting Jay-Z in an elevator leaked, Beyoncé dropped the flawless remix and, with one line, turned gossip into an anthem. Of course, some SHD go down when it's $1 billion on an elevator. Asterisk. She showed the world how to spin chaos into power, own the narrative before anyone else does. Turn whispers into your next headline. So, next time you see someone crossing the line, channel Rihanna's fire, Chris Rock's humor, or Beyoncé's silence-breaking beats. Disrespect only wins when you let it. Stay bold, stay sharp. Next up, we're breaking down the wildest time celebrities secretly changed fans' lives when no one was watching. Don't miss it.